It's such a player-focused company. I mean, as you probably know, Andy Powers, who is our chief guitar designer, is now the CEO of the company. He's a brilliant guitar player, and that decision was a lot based on the fact that he is a guitar player, and it's just such an important part of us. And yes, it's thinking about the players, what's going to work for the players, what's going to fit for them. Yeah, it's absolutely at the forefront, no question.
Finding the right guitar is a rite of passage for many. Trying out multiple guitars until you find the one that fits perfectly in your hands, the one with the ideal combination of woods for your tone, or the one that looks the part. It's all a necessary process in the journey. As we've already covered in our previous videos in this series, Taylor Guitars are a brand focused on delivering a huge range of high-quality instruments and an experience that makes that journey a lot easier. But what happens when you take that perfect guitar home? Your choices have led to this moment. Now you have a guitar you can play to your heart's content. How do you ensure that your new guitar always feels the way it did the first time you picked it up and made a connection with it? For Taylor, their efforts in making sure you're content with the guitars they have built does not end at your purchase. Your journey as a part of the Taylor family has only just begun. In this video, we're going to explore just some of what Taylor offers in making sure that your guitar lasts a lifetime.
Well, my name's Rob Magargal. I've been at Taylor Guitars going on 32 years now, so I'm one of the old dogs, as they would call it. My main job is what they call the service network. Okay, and that involves warranty situations, it involves training globally, just the nuts and bolts of what happens out in the world.
A good place to start with Taylor's efforts to make sure their guitars last a lifetime is the processes they have in place in regards to aftercare. Firstly, Taylor offers a long-term warranty on all their guitars. In European territories, with a registration of your product, your warranty will last for 12 years. If you're in the USA, it's considered a lifetime warranty. These timeframes, in comparison to other manufacturers, are huge. Taylor are so confident in the quality of their guitars that they ensure if anything was to go wrong, help will be readily available. Of course, simply offering a long-term warranty is half the job. Making sure they have a service network readily available to make any necessary adjustments or repairs is a must. To ensure you can receive the best service possible, Taylor train hundreds of guitar retailers and repair shops, like guitarguitar, across the world in servicing their guitars. All of these locations are authorized Taylor service centers where someone has received fully comprehensive training and certification to carry out warranty-approved repairs on Taylor guitars. Different locations have service levels ranging from Silver to Premier, which outline the capabilities of each service center. Alongside this amazing infrastructure of service centers, Taylor also put huge emphasis on designing their acoustic guitars to be easier to adjust than traditional acoustic designs, at no expense to the quality of the guitars. A great example of this is how Taylor designed their necks to be adjustable like a bolt-on neck you'd find on an electric guitar, as opposed to a much more conventional set acoustic neck.
When we look at the guitar that we have with the fully bolted neck, with our shim system, we have a bridge at a specific height. What that does is gives us that consistency. We don't have the oops factor as much as we would say other brands. Anything with a glued neck is a compromise to a certain point. So where we have the advantage, and it truly is the advantage of why you say it's different, and they are different, it really is from being able to adjust that neck to that target point. We have a shim that's under here, and we have a shim that's here. And it's a sister set of shims that allows us to adjust, and they adjust within 0.02 of an inch. So each one will have a number on it, from 0 to +30, or 0 down to -16. So with that, we just set the neck on, we bolt it, we look at it, and we go, oh, this angle's a little bit low, what's in it? We take it off, oh, it has a +8. This looks like it needs to come up 3 shims. Okay, let's go up. So we go 10, 12, 14, put a +14 in it. It's sister set, we look at it, this is perfect now. It's that easy.
If you were to walk into a guitar repair shop with an acoustic guitar with a glued-in neck and ask for a neck reset, The job could cost hundreds and take a huge amount of time at a risk to the guitar. With Taylor's neck design, it would take a fraction of the amount of time to fix, whilst being carried out within the guitar's warranty, so long as it was considered to be a warranty issue. Taylor's guitar designs are so streamlined that not only are their instruments made with attention to the player's experience, there is also focus on making sure they're easily adjustable. After all, guitars are made out of organic materials. In time, your acoustic guitar will change with the elements. With those unavoidable factors at play, why not make sure you're prepared for them? On the topic of guitars changing with the elements, let's talk about relative humidity and how that can affect your guitar. At the risk of this turning into a science lesson, let's just go with the first sentence of the Wikipedia entry on humidity. Humidity is the concentration of water vapor present in the air. Every space you ever find yourself in has a humidity level, including wherever you store your guitar. So why is monitoring humidity so important in the context of caring for a guitar? What would happen if you don't?
It can obviously range from short-term, just your neck alignment and your intonation is just going to go. You know, you're going to have to get setups more often than you normally would. All the way to, you know, if you neglect it for too long, your wood starts cracking and the guitar can really need some very expensive repairs to recover from that.
The thing to understand with humidity, relative humidity really, it's not as scary as some people make it seem. Most people just don't quite understand that it's all around them all the time. So when you think of your guitar, you don't put that equation together. But yet, there are times, and I would say, where you live, where it gets quite humid. And you know that, you'll get out of a shower and go, well, I don't feel like I took a shower. I'm not dry. Why am I not dry? That type of situation is a telltale sign for us as a person that something's going on. The guitar being inanimate and it's organic, it has no way of controlling itself. So us as the owners of the instrument, we have to take that upon ourselves.
So we know what humidity can do to a guitar. The problem is, once you buy a guitar and it becomes your responsibility to maintain, how can you ensure you can easily look after your guitar without it consuming your life? What can Taylor offer in this situation that makes things easier and less stressful as an owner of their guitars?
So this is it right here. And this is the box that it comes in. And so you might notice what this looks like. It's the back of every Taylor guitar. And it's essentially you're replacing the battery box with this. And that's all you have to do is replace the battery box with this. And it has Bluetooth technology that feeds to an app on your phone. And on your phone, you can actually see your current humidity levels, temperature, and all sorts of information that's important to know to maintaining your guitar. Like you just said, it's one of the most important things we tout here at Taylor is humidity control. And honestly, there's just no better way to do it than this. And to be honest too, it's just kind of fun to be like, you know, at work or even on a plane and you just want to check on your guitar that's, you know, down there. How's it doing, you know? And yeah, it's a really cool thing, but it is definitely something that I'm really glad you asked the question and we're talking about it now because you know, you see TaylorSense, it's like, what's TaylorSense? But we need to really talk about it to really understand what the value is.
So, with add-on products such as TaylorSense available, Taylor have innovated the maintenance process in the same way they have their guitar designs. With the ability to monitor your guitar's humidity levels, they have added another entry to the long list of reasons why your Taylor guitar will last a lifetime. On a side note, if you'd like to see more content about the best ways you can control the humidity of your guitar, let us know in the comments below. On the subject of add-ons and accessories, let's explore another side of making your guitar last a lifetime. Sure, maintaining and looking after your guitar is incredibly valuable, but what about enjoying it and getting the most out of it every day in the same way you felt about it the day you took it home?
Yeah, even outside of the guitar portion of it, we've been really big on introducing more TaylorWare. Taylor isn't just a guitar, it's a lifestyle. You know, in a lot of ways. People buy our guitars because they sound great, they play great, but also because of our sustainability and all of our efforts there. But now you can capitalize on that whole thing by matching up straps with the series of guitar that you purchased, or different picks that we've created that alter the tone of your instrument, right? I mean, how many guitar companies are concentrating on things like that where we're focused on the playing experience?
As you may suspect from the name TaylorWare, it really did come from just starting off with shirts and hats and just wearables. And it has shifted to obviously us having picks and anything that goes along with guitars. So we're still a pretty small accessories company. There are still many categories that we do not participate in, but I think that's also intentional. You know, Taylor is extremely focused on if we're gonna do something, we're gonna do it right. And it could take some time, but we also wanna have unique products.
At this point, you may be thinking, hang on, guitar. Loads of guitar companies make accessories. What makes Taylor any different? What's important to note is that Taylor's products are always created with the intention of furthering your playing experience as well as their own brand message. One of Taylor's slogans is "Find Your Fit." This is designed around their range of tone woods and shapes. However, they've also applied that mantra to the picks they make.
I don't think you could have actually said that any better, because that is the actual genesis of this product. When I first got here to Taylor, first let me just show you, we have two pick tins. We have our standard Dark Tone Series pick tin, and we have our collectible Koa top pick tin. Both of them carry the same picks, but the Koa tin is just an elegant Koa top, and it has a nice leather interior, and you open it up, and you can, for me, picks are like socks. They just disappear. I had 144 picks. Where did they all go? They're all gone. So it's a good place to keep all your picks. But, when I first started in playing through the picks that we have, they were designed intentionally to deliver different tones. Different materials, different thicknesses provide different tones that you get out of your guitar. I had no idea that the pick could really influence the tone that much. So we decided, let's really analyze each pick and let's see what the sonic response is of each pick. And so we created this Z-fold here that's in each pick tin that shows you the picks that are in it and the actual frequency response that you get from each pick. And when you sit here and you line them up and you have this and you play them, you will hear the difference. I mean, it's undeniable.
So when Taylor makes picks, they don't just cut some bits of plastic into triangles. They carry out extensive research and figure out the different tones you can get out of your guitar with different thicknesses and materials of picks. All of a sudden, your instrument that fits one tonal profile now fits 5 or 6 by just changing your picks with the guide that they have supplied. On the subject of the pick tins, did you notice the Koa-topped tin? Taylor are also hugely involved and known for their sustainability efforts, to the point where offcuts of wood that wouldn't be able to be used for a guitar get recycled for things like their pick tins. Or in the case of the ebony from the mill they own and oversee, slides.
And first, let me just say that it's an ebony slide that's from from Cameroon in West Africa, which, if you don't know about our ebony project, definitely check out the website.
Or subscribe and wait for our next Taylor video on the sustainability,
where we are responsibly sourcing and growing ebony for our guitars and for this slide. And it's just a really wonderful project that Bob has initiated. But this ebony slide is a good example in that it's unique. It's not a glass slide. It's not a metal slide. It has its own color, its own tone. It really is a unique slide.
What's amazing about all of these products is how much they fit in with Taylor's efforts to ensure that you never stop loving their guitars, and they never stop giving you reasons to.
We're focused on the playing experience, and that is big. So make sure, as a customer, I would even ask for these things as a customer. Sometimes customers are afraid to ask for things. I get it. But it's okay to ask, hey, do you have those cool picks that Taylor introduced? Yeah, sure, check these out. And maybe you'll find a happy marriage of pick versus guitar versus how it feels on you. And again, enhancing that tone equation, that works for you.
It's hard to make a guitar last a lifetime. It's even harder to make a connection with a guitar last a lifetime. As a brand, Taylor is concentrated on ensuring that you love their guitars at every step of the way. They aren't just interested in selling you a product. They're interested in selling you admission to their family.
It's a really big family. It's a really big family. I agree with that 100%. But that's why we do things like Putting out Wood and Steel magazine 3 times a year. That's in digital form, so you can look it up and you click on something. Oh, it takes you to a cool video about that particular article, and all these things that we follow up with. It keeps you part of the family. So yeah, I agree with that.
By offering us, the players, all the tools we would ever need to keep playing our guitars, Taylor's efforts never stop. If something doesn't sound or feel right, Taylor are there. If you need help looking after your guitar, Taylor are there. If you need something to make playing exciting for you again, Taylor are there. It's pretty simple. Taylor loves guitars just like you and I. Because of that, they understand what playing means to people. That connection is what lasts a lifetime. Thank you so much for watching what is our 4th installment of our series on Taylor guitars. If you haven't watched our other videos, please make sure to check out our playlist in the description below. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure to let us know in the comments, like and subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you on another video soon. Bye!